spent a lot of time on BD stuff, and now you're tapping on games as well. And I think it's interesting how this whole cycle has evolved. I'm sure we'll talk about it later. Whether it started from Solana meme coins, there's all this talk about ETF, and I think there's never been a boring month or a month that looks similar to the last month in this whole cycle. So, and this time around, we are all in on Ton, right? We've been observing the growth of Ton ecosystem, and really excited about it, about the prospects. So much to talk about today. So yeah, happy to be here today.
All right, thanks so much for that, Elvin, and welcome once again, Elvin, Victor, and Kevin. And for those of you who are just tuning in right now, we are just beginning our AMA on Ton with some very esteemed speakers, I must say, on today's panel. And stick around because we actually will be having an announcement on the winners of our giveaway. So if you have been paying attention to Big Ed Wallace's Twitter account, you will have noticed that we did a giveaway, a special giveaway, and we'll be announcing those winners in the halfway mark of this AMA. So do sit tight. And without further ado, let's dive right into the first question for today's AMA. So I think Victor, you mentioned a little bit about Ton earlier on in your introduction, and thanks so much for that very comprehensive response. But I think I'm curious as well as maybe perhaps some of the listeners as well. Most of us started out with Telegram. I have been a Telegram user for 9 years, for the past 9 years, and the whole idea of blockchain being integrated onto a messaging app is still something that's pretty mind-boggling for myself. So maybe you could just share with us more about your thoughts in the goals of the Ton blockchain, how it relates to Telegram, and even its potential in achieving mass adoption through this Web2 platform of Telegram.
Hell yeah, of course. And before I go into it, guys, I wanted to remind everybody, make sure to retweet the room in the bottom right corner. I also pin at the top all the important posts, including the giveaway that you just mentioned, Darren. So guys, make sure you take a part in this one. But yeah, I've been a long time in crypto overall, and then for Telegram, it's similar story with me. I've been using it for 9 years. By the way, speaking of that, have you seen docs? I mean, you have some point allocation if you've been using it for
Yes,
9 years,
yes.
so you shall be good there, bro. You shall be good too.
Definitely.
Hell yeah. Well,
Looking forward
that
to it. Looking forward.
same thing on my end. But yeah, I've been a fan of Telegram and what Pavel Durov actually been doing since early days. Because when the situation with the Russian government happened, they tried to basically get access to all the private chats of people of Telegram, and Telegram said that they will not give up the data of people. That was a huge moment for me because Pavel Durov literally said "fuck you" to the Russian government. And well, look, I don't know many people in the world who can do it. Okay. He earned my respect on this exact moment. And I was like, okay, so Telegram is the social media for me. I'm going to be using it, going forward. And eventually, as I've been in crypto for quite a while, I've been speaking on the spaces that it's a matter of time till we start to see big players, maybe some social networks integrating a blockchain technology onto, building up the future way for people to interact with Web3 tech. And so that happened with Telegram and Ton. So Telegram deeply integrated Ton, and they created the mini app called Wallet inside of the Telegram itself. And I thought that this is actually the best technology out there. And how it happened was, I was in the spaces called Web3 Midnight. It's in my bio. I used to host the show quite often. And my friend Emil was constantly telling me about Ton. He was explaining what's happening, and I was like, wait, so Telegram having 900 million active monthly users. There is no way that is not going to bring attention, that is not going to work out. And I've checked on Twitter, on X, there has been no one writing about Ton. So I decided to be the first major influencer here on crypto Twitter, crypto X, to start writing about it. I wrote several threads, like three of them, and I've DM'd the third one to Ton Blockchain Page, which is now the co-host of this room. And I wrote to them like, "Hey guys, wrote a thread for you. I don't need anything, I just wanted to help and support a little bit. I think it's cool what you're doing. Would appreciate just a retweet." And they replied to me. They said, "Hey, sorry, we can't retweet because of this and that. The legal stuff. I mean, I've been mentioning like everything, so they cannot necessarily engage with it. So, but they said to me, send us a message on Telegram. We may got something for you." And I sent them a message, and they offered me a job, and I said yes. So that's how I got on Tom Foundation. But Why did I got here is because I genuinely got curious and I recognized the potential of it, because I've been advocating for it for a long time and saying that once such a step done, the masses gonna follow. The more players gonna integrate that. So I think this is something really revolutionary for the whole world, the integration of Ton into the Telegram ecosystem. And what we see now with all these mini apps, mini games exploding, I for sure was right in my judgment. Even before I was a member of Tom Foundation, I actually started writing about Notcoin when you had still a whole month to farm it. It's like I mean, I pushed some of my friends to farm it harder. They actually got a very seasonable airdrop and been able to pay their debts and stuff. So it's been a hilarious journey, I can say. But as the future prospect, what I think important to understand is Ton is not trying to replace Solana. They're not trying to compete with the Binance and BNB. They're not trying to outperform, let's say, Avalanche. That's not the goal. Neither of this. The goal of Ton is to put crypto in every pocket and to make it seamless and easy to onboard masses. And it's never been done before, so there is no competition in this sector. And I genuinely love a lot of blockchains. I have thousands of NFTs across all the different chains. I've been DJing in Solana for years at this point. I've also a founder of a project on Solana myself, and I've been doing some development work even for customers in the past. But what I'm saying is, it never been easier to